Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Army games. I came up with this idea after I did a video in the past on video games for preppers. They're video games that have touched on the topic of some type of disaster, or games that deal with war, or pandemics, or even zombies. And it got me thinking: could these videos be used to offer some type of instruction in terms of fighting? I believe so. I believe they can. Now, I will put that out there. I'm not someone who has a military background. Even though I get confused for that, I'm not. I've never served in the military. Well, something I have noticed with these video games is that there is some strategy involved that seem like they would come from the theater of war. There's one game I play on and off. It's called The Last of Us, where there's an online mode where you can get a group of 8 people, and there's 2 teams of 4. And if you have a headset, which I recently bought, you can communicate back and forth with your teammates, who, even if they don't have a headset, they can still hear you through the speakers. Now, the opposing team can't hear you, but your teammates can. And if they have headsets, they can all respond to each other. And through that, you're able to communicate with your teammates. You're able to coordinate movement. You can split the team up into 2 groups, or you can have 3 people going in one direction. And you can instruct one person to go maybe flank the other team. And and I hear a lot of this stuff. Lay down suppressing fire on this guy in that window, or I'm going to flank him from the left or from the right. I'm hiding behind this boat, or I'm in this burned out building. I need someone to come get me, someone to come revive me. Even in the game, you can do. You can run up to your teammate. They have a health pad. You can serve as a medic. They even have certain perks that can increase certain skills. Like there's some perks where it steadies your aim with certain rifles, with scope rifles. You can heal your teammates faster. You can run faster from different positions. Meaning you can sprint longer. There's some you can do scavenging mission. You can do scavenging. These even a perk where it allows you to actually scavenge more gear off your opponent's dead body. And a lot of these things seem like you would see them like in a military training exercise or another military training simulations. But I was wondering, do you think these video games can serve the same purpose, at least with a younger crowd of individuals in our society? Also, notice that with playing, I played Call of Duty on and off. I played a lot in the past, and they had this mode called Nazi Zombies, where you have a team of it could be 1 person or a max team of 4, and they're together, fighting against an endless wave of zombies. They can get weapons and get points to buy new weapons and things like that. And of course, you don't do that. There are no zombies. I guess maybe not figuratively speaking, there are zombies, but in actuality, there are no zombies as of now. Nor can you use points from killing them to get guns off a wall, and then get endless ammo from more points you collect. But what's interesting is to see, just like in the game The Last of Us, you have teams, working together. If someone runs out, you have someone to cover them while they reload their weapon, or while they try to get a new weapon. You can cover them. If someone's trying to do something where they turn the power on, which turns on the soda. There are these soda machines that are perks, and you have to turn the power on. Well, if you have you have 2 people holding off one hallway, you have one guy escorting another person who may have a weaker weapon to go turn the power on. It's kind of like like I said, it seems more like a military operation. Even when you have Call of Duty games, same thing. Playing back and forth against other teammates. I'm trying to remember what they call it. Remember one called Ground War. There are games called Sabotage, where you have to sabotage the other team's base. You have to plant a bomb. In The Last of Us is a there's one game mode called interrogation, where you have to where you interrogate the other teammate to get you have to interrogate the opposing team to find their lockbox, and then it takes about a minute to unlock the lockbox to gain their supplies, and then you win. Like I said, these seem more like military operations. You know, at least from my perspective. I've also played paintball several years ago, and it's the same thing. You know, you have a team set up, and you have to move through obstacles. If you see an enemy teammate, you let your other teammates know, and you can choose to engage, or you can choose to go another route. Point I'm trying to make is, I think the games that we play, just for fun, can have some practical use should things go south. I believe especially with young adults, they understand. It helps. These video games and even these outdoor games show them, how to conduct movements. What serves as cover. I remember there's a video game, cover versus concealment. There was a video game called Black that came out, I think, in 2003, 2004. But you can shoot through. You can shoot through obstacles. You can shoot through concrete if you can shoot through wood if it's not strong enough. I remember in one Call of Duty game called World at War, you have a certain perk. I think it's FMJ, or I think it's with certain guns you can shoot through. I know with the BAR, I was playing once, and I shot through this house, and I hit the enemy on the other side. So these games can teach what counts as cover and what counts as concealment. Even in like I said, in Call of Duty World at War, it shows how you can take out a tank. What are strategic points to take out tanks? This may sound far-fetched, but I believe these video games, they can serve as somewhat of a training tool, as as a tutorial for how to conduct movement if you have to fight someday. And I believe the younger generation can, as my generation, maybe ahead of mine or below mine, can learn from these games, learn from the storylines that are involved, learn from the communications we make with other teammates, whether it be guys sitting across from us or someone sitting in another state or even another country. I played with people who I think I played with someone from the Netherlands, some people from Japan. And we've been able to, even though understanding each other was difficult, we can understand basic concepts of there's someone in that tower, there's someone in that in that cabin with a rifle. One of us needs to go around to get to him, and the other person needs to distract them. So that's my input. I think these games serve as a good tool, and aside from just entertainment, I believe they can teach people about strategic movements, even teach people how certain weapons work. What are the capabilities? Me for one, I like using shotguns, and understand that I need to be in closer range than I would have to be if I had a rifle or even a pistol. But these are my thoughts. Those any guys out there play video games? Do you have the same feelings? Any parents out there? Do your children play the same games? Have you seen how they work their way around certain obstacles? But what do you think? What do you think as a viewer? Have you played these games before, and have you learned a lot of things that may be applicable in a military standpoint, from a militaristic standpoint, I should say? If you disagree with me, let me know. Send a PM. Just please be courteous to everyone else who's watching this video. But that's my video. Army Games. I'm Edward Jones, and thanks for watching.